So this is what the ingredients look like before it's pre-cooked. First main ingredient I use is not essential, but we use it, is locust bean seasoning. It has a very fragrant smell to it. Two medium-sized onions, of course. Tons of chili. This is optional. If you like hot food, spicy food like me, you go for it. Some smoked catfish from the beaches of the Gambia, as well as the most important ingredient for me anyway, the seasoning, which is jumbo. This is widely used all over Africa and many places in the world, I'm sure. And some salted fish. Again, not essential, but I find it gives the Supakanja a very fragrant flavor. It deepens everything. Of course, the okra, second most important ingredient in all of this, which will be chopped up later, and some freshly cut beef, because I eat meat, as well as palm oil shipped in from the Gambia. And this is how you chop up the okra. Some people like to make life easy for themselves, but my mom said, no, not I. Some people put it in the blender and blend it and then pour it in. But my mom chose to do the hard work because she just is used to it. Mommy dearest, as always. So we're putting 3 medium-sized bowls of water as the base of this dish. I'm not big on using deciliters, etc., etc., but you can see and use your eye, because in Gambia, we measure with our eyes, not with measuring cups. And once you have the water in place, you can have less or more. You pour in the okra, because this will be boiling together with dun, 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 some palm oil. My mom said to tell you that she used 2 cups for the palm oil, and this will be boiling together in a second for about 30 minutes, together with the seasoning, of course, which is 2 spoonfuls of the jumbo. If you're not using the loose jumbo, you can always buy the cubes and use 3 of them. And we're putting in some molohia, which is in Wolof is known as kereng kereng. It helps make it more slippery, the sauce more slippery, so to say. Then we add the meat, of course, after the okra and the spices, as well as the palm oil have been boiling for about 30-ish minutes. We'll add the meat in as well. This allows the meat to sort of soak up all the flavors and be fully cooked and just succulent and gorgeous. And since my mom knows I like to eat meat, they place extra. I was just asking there if I should put the locust bean, and my mom told me to put that thing down now. So my mom is adding that now into the dish, and she's putting in 3 tablespoons, unless I'm wrong. No, 2 and a little bit right in there for that some flavor. Once she puts in the locust bean and the onions, it started smelling amazing. Throughout my house, it felt like it was a heaven. Anyway, that would be my idea of having lots and lots and lots of food smells. My favorite foods. Then she also added the salted fish into the dish to mix it together. Her rationale is that the salted fish will now be mixed in with the flavors, and after it boils down to 20 more minutes, you will see a stark difference in the consistency of the sauce. Mind you, if you don't like slimy food or like slippery food or just amazing food, okra might not be for you, but I love it. And as you can see, my mum loves me, and thus is putting not 1, not 2, not 3, not even 4, but I'm pretty sure she's putting in 5 chilies for me. I am the one that eats all of it. And she's also placing in the smoked catfish, because at this point, the dish will have another 10 minutes or 15 minutes to boil before it is going to be ready to be served. And you know that it's ready to be served once the palm oil starts rising to the top, just like a champion. And guys, this is what we mean by the palm oil rising to the top. When you see this, your dish is almost ready to be devoured. And my mom is turning everything around to show you what the consistency is. This is what you see people dying over on TikTok, enjoying the beautiful food. And the next part of it is my mom likes fufu, I like rice. So my mom takes a tiny bowl of water and adds the seasoning jumbo that we had last and is putting in round about a tablespoon. And then we'll be adding a little bit of lemon. Once the lemon has been added, my mom will then, because at this point I was tired, so my mom's doing all of these whilst I just record. Once the lemon's been added, my mom is going to be adding flour. This is baking flour, because if you don't have access to cassava flour, you can always use basic flour as well. So my mom is putting in about 4 tablespoons of the flour. And then we'll be whisking this together before placing it on the stove to be making the fufu that is eating with the sauce. Just make sure at this point that you have sort of a wooden spoon or a stirrer, because once it starts heating up, you don't want anything to be stuck at the bottom of the pan. You want to be stirring this consistently as it heats up and thickens up into the consistency you see people eating fufu with. So you stir it, and within a good 4 minutes, depending on how hot your stove is, it will start clumping up, and this is where the muscles work. This is why my mom lifts weights, and that is why I'm not her favorite child, because I would just put in extra lemon. So it's just like keep stirring until there are no lumps and it's clumping together into a massive, huggable, eatable piece of art. You will see soon enough. And you can decide if you want it to remain a large lump or if you want it to be smaller lumps.
Muso. Aminata Sanya.